During the 17th century, several major plague outbreaks occurred around the globe and caused millions of people to die. To name a few, the Great Plague of Seville between the year 1647 and 1652, the Great Plague of London between the year 1665 and 1666, and the Great Plague of Vienna in the year 1679. In my previous video, I talked about some great works which were created during the 14th century plague. In this video, I'm going to explore the state of entertainment throughout the 17th century plagues. The first artist I want to mention was a Flemish Baroque painter named Anthony van Dyck, who was born in the year 1599. He traveled a lot for his work and was best known for his portraits of European aristocracy, but also mythological and biblical subjects. In the year 1624, while Anthony resided in Sicily, Italy, in a town called Palermo, this region suffered one of the worst plague outbreaks in Sicily's history, which caused everyone to be quarantined until the year 1625. Van Dyck created 5 paintings during his quarantine of a 12th century saint called Saint Rosalia. The paintings are now located in Madrid, Houston, London, New York, and Palermo itself. During this major outbreak, some people even claimed that Saint Rosalia appeared to them as an apparition in their time of need. There is a story about a hunter who claimed that Saint Rosalia told him where to find her remains and ordered the hunter to bring her bones to Palermo and to carry them in a ceremonious manner around the city. He then found her remains in a cave, and after the bones were carried around the city 3 times, the plague disappeared. After this, she was worshipped as a saint, and a special sanctuary was built in the cave where the remains were allegedly found by the hunter. This led to a religious day which is still held every year in Palermo on the 4th of September, called the Feast of Saint Rosalia. Some people even walk barefoot up to Mount Pellegrino as a tradition. Some Italian-American communities in the US also dedicate a special feast to Saint Rosalia called Our Lady of Mount Carmel. The way Anthony painted her as a young woman reaching down toward the city of Palermo during this terrible time became the standard iconography of Saint Rosalia ever since. Today she is being invoked by the citizens of Palermo to protect the city from COVID-19. The next work I want to mention is a song by Marx Augustin. Marx Augustin was born in Vienna in the year 1643. He was a minstrel, bagpiper, and poet. In the year 1679, Vienna suffered a great plague, which estimately claimed the lives of 76,000 people. Historians think it might have been the same bacteria which caused the Black Plague in the 14th century, or at least a similar one. Augustine toured around the city, playing his bagpipe on the street to cheer people up. He became known as Lieber Augustin in Vienna, which translates to Dear Augustine due to his friendly and happy personality. According to the stories, one day, Augustine was so drunk that he fell asleep on the street, and some gravediggers mistook him for a plague-ridden corpse. They threw him and his bagpipe into a pit with the already deceased infected people. When he woke up, he could not get out and decided to play his bagpipe, so that he at least would die doing what he loved. Luckily, people heard the bagpipe and got him out. Despite the infected corpses, Augustine never got sick. It is believed, although never been fully confirmed, that he was the one who composed the song O du Lieber Augustin. The song is still popular in Austria until this day. In the year 1908, Augustine even got his own statue dedicated to him. Unfortunately, it was removed by the Nazis in World War II, but the statue got rebuilt and is still standing in Vienna today. The last work that I want to mention might technically not be considered entertainment, but I think it is so fascinating that it deserves to be mentioned. Nathaniel Watches was an English medical physician and was born in the year 1629. Unlike many other doctors, Watches decided to remain at his home in Walbrook, London, during the Great Plague in 1665 to help the people in need. For this, he was greatly admired and even received a fee from the government, who acknowledged him as an authorized physician during plague time. Many people visited Hodges' practice, and he even visited people at their homes, despite them being infected. He took anti-pestilential medicine every morning to prevent himself from getting sick. When he visited a patient at home, he also used a disinfectant medicinal tablet in his mouth during the examination for extra protection. During this period, Hodges wrote a detailed account of the plague in Latin, which he completed in the year 1671. He named it Loimologia, or translated, an historical account of the plague in London in 1665, with precautionary directions against the like contagion. Loimologia was published in London in the year 1672. It is considered to be the best medical record of the 1665 epidemic. Hodges describes the details of several treatments he conducted against the plague and their outcomes. The College of Physicians recognized the merit of his book, and Hodges got acknowledged by his peers. Despite his work and success, he ended up poor and got imprisoned for his debt. He died on the 10th of June in the year 1688. The three works that I've mentioned here have, in my opinion, a common theme. These people, whether through painting, music, or writing, wanted to provide hope in a time of suffering, which I think is admirable. In the next video, I will continue this series by exploring entertainment during the 18th century plagues. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And hopefully, until next time. Bye!